Can you believe the history behind the film Mean Girls? The Mean Girls craze is growing throughout the US with the new 2024 musical film set to release on January 12th. The original film has lived in pop culture since its debut almost 20 years ago. The film has become iconic and helped launch several careers in Hollywood. Join us on this fetching journey through the history of Mean Girls and how it's lived in pop culture forever. On April 30th, 2004, Mean Girls was released throughout the United States. The film would be anchored by stars like Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, with supporting stars of Lacey Chabert and Amanda Seyfried. This would be the acting debut for Amanda Seyfried. The movie would also star screenplay writer Tina Fey and her co-star from SNL, Amy Poehler. It would cost $18 million to create and gross over $130 million in the box office. The screenplay, written by Tina Fey, was based off the book Queen Bees and Wannabes by Rosalind Weissman. The book describes the female high school experience with cliques, bullying, and the impact on teenage girls. Tina Fey would take this concept and grow upon it. She would utilize her own experience from Upper Darby High School. Fey thought the book and her experience would be the perfect mix for a movie. She would convince her good friend and SNL producer Lorne Michaels to get the rights. Michaels would reach out to Paramount Pictures, and the two would set off to create a unique and new film. Fey would even name the characters after her friends and family members. Originally, the movie was going to be called Homeschooled, but Fey and team would decide against that. When first developing the film for Paramount, Chairman Sherry Lansing wanted to cast Lindsay Lohan after seeing her star explode from her performance in Freaky Friday. Originally, the plan was to have Lohan play the role of Regina George. However, after going through the rest of casting, they decided to choose Rachel McAdams as the role of Regina, as she was too old to play the role of Katie, and they felt McAdams' real-life personality was so different from George's that it would be the perfect fit. Tina Fey would choose Jonathan Bennett to play the role of Aaron Samuels, as she was reminded of Jimmy Fallon, who was a longtime friend from SNL, and she felt it would be the perfect fit. The overall reception at initial release was extremely positive. Many applauded the choices of cast like Lohan, McAdams, Seyfried, Chaplin, and Chabert, who all had breakout roles in this film. The movie would get an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, and many would say Fey did an incredible job at writing and casting the characters. One of the things that was really celebrated in this film was the fact that each character was given their own personality, and the actors and actresses portraying them really did an incredible job of celebrating the uniqueness of each character. Critics like CinemaScore would give the film an average rating of A-, and most notably, Roger Ebert would give the film a 3 out of 4, saying, "In a wasteland of dumb movies about teenagers, Mean Girls is a smart and funny one." In its opening weekend, the film grossed over $24 million and would be shown on over 3,000 screens. It would be ranked number 1 in the box office, averaging around $8,600 per venue. The audience split would be 75% female, with it being around 50-50 between over 18 and under 18. Most moviegoers would have an extremely positive reaction after leaving the theaters on opening weekend. Though Mean Girls had an incredible run in theaters, its cultural impact has truly been unmatched. The movie became a pop culture phenomenon throughout the world. Social media has been able to take this movie to the next level through the use of GIFs, memes, videos, and other social media aspects. It has been able to just grow in popularity. October 3rd has even been deemed to be Mean Girls Day. People will even wear pink on Wednesdays due to a line from Karen in the film. The film would even have its own spin-off video game for PC. In 2023, Walmart would even run an ad with Lohan, Chabert, and Seyfried reprising their roles, making the world take notice of the trio before the 2024 Broadway musical film. Since the debut of the original film, there have been several pushes for sequels. Lohan, Seyfried, and others have even stated that they would love to do a sequel reprising their roles. There's even been a concept that's been brought to the table several times, with the original students coming back and being young mothers part of a PTA. Though the door has been left open and many main characters have wanted to be part of the film, Fey has not pulled the trigger. Though there's been no official sequel with the original characters, there have been several spin offs. The first spin offs we saw would be a made for TV standalone film in 2011 called Mean Girls 2. The film would premiere on January 23rd, 2011 on ABC Family. It was a standalone sequel with only Tim Meadows reprising his role. It essentially followed a very similar concept as the original movie. It most notably had Disney Channel star Jennifer Stone in it. At initial release, the film did have some success, with it being the most watched TV special of the week with 2 million viewers. Many consider it to be a very good standalone made-for-TV special. However, it has not had the same staying power as the original for obvious reasons. The second spin-off would come in the form of Mean Girls the Musical, which premiered on October 31st, 2017. It would be premiered in the National Theater in Washington, D.C. It would then hit Broadway in 2018 and would have great popularity. Utilizing the screenplay and original book, Jeff Richmond and Neil Benjamin were able to transform a movie and book into an incredible musical experience. The play would have great success on Broadway until its closure due to COVID-19. Due to this success, people took notice, which brings us to 2024 as we're days away from the release of the Mean Girls movie. This film would take the same concepts from the original movie and musical, and it'll be once again produced by Tina Fey and Lauren Michaels. Tina Fey and Tim Meadows will reprise their roles in the upcoming film, with Renee Rapp also reprising her Broadway role. This new film has been wholeheartedly supported by the original cast, including Lindsay Lohan, who would attend the premiere. The film is expected to gross around $27 to $30 million. Overall, the goal of this new film is to translate the Broadway show perfectly to the big screen, while still showcasing and showing respect to the original. Though people have preferred a sequel to the original and bringing back the original cast, there are still very high hopes for this movie. What are your opinions on this upcoming film? Does it excite you? Let us know in the comments below if you think this is going to be a fetching success. Thanks again for watching. Believable Truths!